Well, boys, it's officially that time. It's back to school time, and as much as that does suck, having your fragrance game on point is something that is really going to help you get through that dread of having to start getting up early again and going to school every day. So today I'm going to give you the top 10 best fragrances to wear back to school. So when it comes to compiling this list, I'm looking at a few different things, one of which being price, right? These are all going to be very affordable fragrances for guys in high school and in college. So there's going to be no niche in this list, fellas. All designer fragrances. Secondly, we're looking at performance. They got to perform good, all right? It's got to at least last long enough to get you through a full school day. So we're looking at about 7 to 8 hours longevity. And finally, mass appeal, right? All these have to be fragrances that are going to get you compliments. That's really kind of the whole point to wearing, fragrances to high school, to college, just to school in general. You want to get positive attention from women. That's kind of why you're doing this whole thing. And again, that's something that's going to kind of give you that boost every day. You wake up, you're not really feeling like going to school, but you grab an awesome fragrance, you spray it on, and you're ready to tackle the day. Let me also jump in here real quick and say, before we start the video, make sure you head on over to my second channel and subscribe. I'm going to be posting some YouTube related content there, as well as some business content. So I'm going to be posting stuff on how to start an online store, as well as start a YouTube channel, because that's a question I get often. People want to know, hey, how do I start a fragrance reviewing channel? I want to get into it. That's something I'm going to answer over there more in depth, just kind of talk about how YouTube works, and again, just kind of business stuff online. So again, if you're interested in that sort of thing, check it out. Second link in the description. So let's go and jump right into this. Starting off with number 10, we have Bentley Momentum Intense. So this one right here is very similar to CH Men by Carolina Herrera. More specifically, this one is targeting the older batches of that fragrance. And those are ones that are going to be a little bit more hard to find, and also ones that typically are more sought after and, smell better. I really like this one here because this kind of puts a little bit of an ambroxan twist on that scent. And for those of you who aren't aware, ambroxan or ambergris is a very popular note. That's a note that's been trending the past couple years. It's used in a lot of the more popular fragrances out there. Versace Dylan Blue, Dior Sauvage, Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, Aqua Atlantique, and so on and so forth. That note is something that is utilized very often, and for good reason. That's typically a very mass appealing note, and it's one that a lot of people generally like to smell on you. And this fragrance takes that note, it uses it, and I pick up on that quite a bit. It just kind of gives you more of a fresh and cologne-y type of smell on that CH Men, the original formulation. And for me personally, I love that. I really love the original CH Men. That's probably one of my favorite designer fragrances. I'm a huge fan of that one. But what I love about this scent here is this one gives it just a little bit more of a versatility factor in my opinion, because it is a little bit more fresh, does have that nice ambroxan note in there, and it just makes it a little bit more wearable overall. I'm really impressed with this one. I'm really happy with how this one smells. And this one is going to be a perfect back to school scent. Performance is very respectable on this one. This one's going to get you a lot of compliments, and this is one that is very affordable, like all the other fragrances in this list are going to be. So that's kicking it off at number 10, Bentley Momentum Intense. Number 9, we have Mont Blanc Explorer. So I was really debating on putting this one in the list just because for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this scent. In general, this fragrance does smell good. There's no hating on it there. That's not why I don't like this scent. I don't like it because, it's trying to be Aventus, but in my opinion, it just doesn't do it well enough. So if you're looking solely for an Aventus clone, in my opinion, there are way better ones out there. This does kind of get you in that ballpark, in that same DNA a little bit, but really it just doesn't do it good enough for me personally, for my taste. I'm a big Aventus fan, so I hold it to pretty high standards there. But this one is still overall a nice, pleasant scent. Again, this is another one that utilizes the note of, you guessed it, ambroxan, and that's going to be kind of a trend in this list. Quite a few of these are going to use that note, or at least a few of them are anyway. And again, it's used in this one, and again, that gives it a nice mass appeal, a nice, compliment getting factor to this scent. This one does get a little bit close to that Aventus type of DNA in the opening, but the dry down goes in a different direction. It turns more dry and woody, and just kind of gets farther and farther away from Aventus in the dry down. Again, the opening does kind of get you there a little bit. So Mont Blanc Explorer coming in at number 9. Again, if you're looking for a nice, mass-pleasing, compliment-getting, good-performing scent, this one is going to do it for you really well. If you're looking solely for an Aventus clone, in my opinion, there are better ones out there. But this is still a really solid scent. You know, you can have it for a pretty good price. And it's going to be a good one for you younger guys out there who are wanting to wear something to school. Number 9, Mont Blanc Explorer. Number 8, we have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. So this one is kind of a different take on the original light blue and light blue O Intense. Gives a little bit more of a coconut twist in the dry down. It's not overly prominent, but it does just kind of tweak the DNA a little bit. On my skin, this one performs the best out of all of the other light blue flankers, so that's definitely a big plus here when it came to including this in the list. I knew I wanted to include some sort of light blue fragrance in here, and ultimately I just ended up going with Sun, just because this one does perform the best, and in my opinion, you know, that's one of the main factors here when it comes to picking these out. This stuff is going to last you throughout the whole school day, and even more than that. On top of that, this one still does maintain that, you know, light blue DNA, which is tried and proven to be a great compliment getter and something that you know, everyone tends to like. So, you know, I thought this was a really solid pick, coming in at number 8, Light Blue Sun. Great performance, great compliments, and a great price as well. This one, along with a lot of the others in this list, are available on my website, chaosfragrances.com. So if you're looking to pick any of these up before school starts, go check it out there. So that's coming in at number 8, in my opinion, probably one of the best light blue flankers that there is right now. Coming in at number 7, we have Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct. This one is one that I've talked about quite a bit, and I'm sure this one probably made it in this video that I did last year on the same topic, back to school fragrances. And this one is one that's probably going to continue to make it in my videos, just because it's really hard to beat this one. It really is. If you are a high school guy looking for a nice, fun smelling, easygoing, you know, sexy fragrance, you gotta check this one out. You really do. This stuff is hard to beat. It has this nice tropical citrus melon vibe with some musk. It just smells incredible, and it's one that a lot of people are really gonna love on you. The only downside to this one is the performance. This one's kind of pushing it in terms of my criteria for this list. Around that 6-7 hour mark, maybe sometimes around 5 hours. It really just kind of depends. So this one, you know, is kind of bending the rules a little bit, but this one is just so good that I had to put it in here anyway. You know, if you're too worried about performance, carry the bottle with you and reapply it at lunch, or reapply it when you're in the locker room, or just whatever. Just, you know, take the bottle with you, or even just take a decant with you. I made a video on how you can decant your fragrances. I actually have a full online course that tells you how to decant, but you really don't need that just to learn how to make a decant for yourself. I have a video on it. Just do something if you're worried about the performance. Reapply it throughout the day, but generally, depending on your skin chemistry, this one might have enough power to make it through, you know, most of your school day. So this one is coming in at number 7, highly deserved. I'm a really big fan of this stuff. This is one of my favorite teenager fragrances out there. Number 6, we have Dior Homme O. So this one here is kind of for someone who wants something a little bit different, right? A lot of these here in the list so far are ones that are kind of, you know, good for younger guys, kind of almost geared in that direction. This one, though, this one is a little bit more mature in a good way. This one uses iris, but it's not like a very powdery iris. So any of you who haven't smelled iris yet, there's really no worry here. It's not going to be something that's going to overpower it. This, in my opinion, is a perfect introductory iris fragrance. If you are a guy who is wanting to maybe spend just a little bit more money, but really step up your fragrance game and smell probably better than 99% of the other guys around you, definitely check this one out, Dior Homme O. Amazing quality, really solid performance, and this stuff just has a nice classy feel to it. You're going to be smelling like a guy who has a good amount of money, and again, that's something that's probably going to make the girls flock to you. So Dior Homme O, this stuff right here is going to kill it for anyone who wants to spend, again, just a little bit more money. Again, this is a Christian Dior, but I mean, you can get them on discounters for cheaper than retail, and this stuff is going to have you smelling better than a lot of the other guys and smelling quite a bit different. I don't really think anyone in high school or even college is going to be wearing this stuff. Just a really nice, clean, soapy, fresh iris fragrance, and it's one that is one of my personal favorites. Coming in at number 5, kind of following that trend of wanting something a little bit more upscale and classy, we have Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. So this one I've recently dropped a review on, and I've been including it in some of my videos, but I'm really digging this one a lot. This is going to be one that not everyone is going to like, kind of same with Dior Homme O. These don't really have that youthful quality to it. These are for the guys who want something a little bit more classy, a little bit more upscale. So these two you're going to want to pick up if you want to smell just a little bit more high quality, a little bit more classy. Good thing about this one is this one's pretty affordable. I got it for like $37 shipped to your door on my website, which is pretty solid. And you know, this is really worth every penny. This is another one that not everyone's going to be smelling like this at school, and that's, you know, really a plus for you if you're looking to get noticed. If you want to get something that's going to turn people's head and just have, you know, something that smells different than everyone else, again, this is another one that's going to be perfect for that. You're going to smell upscale, you're going to smell classy, and you're just going to come across like you know what you're doing and like you're a boss. So that breaks into number 5, Guerlain L'Homme IDL Cologne. Number 4, we have Mercedes-Benz Cologne. So this one is kind of a Dior Homme cologne inspired fragrance, but without the price tag. Typically DHC is up there in price. A lot of times more expensive than Dior Homme Eau for whatever reason. That one's harder to find discounted, Dior Homme cologne that is, but I've been able to find Dior Homme Eau on discount more than DHC. So this one is a really good alternative to that one. On top of that, this one also performs a little bit better than Dior Homme cologne. So you're paying about half the price for it and getting, you know, a fragrance that smells almost identical to it here with this one. If you're looking for a nice, clean, fresh fragrance that you can't go wrong with, something very versatile to wear, definitely check this one out. Mercedes-Benz Cologne coming in at number 4. Coming in here at number 3, we have a new release. This one is Davidoff Run Wild. So this is another one that I've already done a review on, so if you want more information, check that review out. But just to kind of give you a quick little summary here, trying to speed things up a little bit, this one is Azara Wanted mixed with Invictus. That's pretty much what you get from the scent. So this one is one that does have that very mass-pleasing DNA with solid performance. Projection leaves a little bit to be desired, but overall, if you're looking for something that is really going to make the girls go crazy, this one's going to do that for you. So again, this one's coming in at number 3. Really been digging this one a lot, and for you guys out there in high school and college, this stuff is going to kill it. Number 2, we have Hugo Boss Reversed. So this one is one that I've been enjoying a lot lately as well. Nice, clean citrus fragrance that is very inoffensive. No one is going to dislike this scent, and I'm pretty much saying that right now. This stuff is just so clean, so fresh, so citrusy. Really, it's just something that is always going to work. People are always going to be telling you that you smell good, you smell pleasant, you smell fresh, and some people are also really going to like this as well. You're going to get some great reactions from this. This one is just really, really hard to beat. It's going to smell pleasant. You don't really have to worry about coming across like, you know, too daring or anything like that. This stuff is just going to be great. Coming in at number 2, Hugo Boss Reversed. And finally coming in at number 1, we have Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. So, you know, this one deserves the number 1 spot every single time. I love this stuff. Why did I include this one over a few other fragrances, you may ask? I could have included Dior Sauvage here. I could have included Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Ultimately, I decided to go with this one. Why? Because this one is 1, it's cheaper, 2, it performs better, and 3, it gets better compliments. At least that's just, you know, my experience with it. This stuff performs over 12 hours on my skin. Price range is around $50 or so for 100 ml. And let's see, what was the last category? Compliments. Yeah, this one typically tends to get better compliments and is liked more than Sauvage and Luna Rosa Carbon. This is one of my girlfriend's all-time favorites. And again, she has smelled Sauvage, she has smelled Carbon quite often, but she always goes back to this one. So if you're looking for a very strong, sexy, unique aquatic fragrance to wear to school and really to wear any time of year, this stuff is going to be your go-to ticket right here. Again, available on my website, chaosfragrances.com, around $50 shipped to your door. Great steal, and this is one that, in my opinion, everyone should have. So guys, that was basically it. That was my top 10 back to school fragrances. Let me know down below which ones you're going to be wearing to school. That's pretty much going to do it, guys. So if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss my post. That's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.